Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, so hey there, everybody. This is Ariana, and I am joined today by none other than FearAddict. We've been working together on a couple different projects. So please, when you're done, go and check out his channel. Blah blah blah. I will learn to talk eventually. I promise. Oh my god, this is gonna be a mess. So we're trying something new, which means I'm still going to be doing the Kill the Killers, but I'm bringing somebody else in to try and see how it works. And I swear to God, there's somebody knocking on my neighbor's door, and it's driving me insane. Okay. I can hear it, and it's distracting. And I'm like ADHD. I'm like a freaking squirrel. I see squirrels, and I will run across the road to try and catch it.
I do this podcast for the livestream.net, and like we have this one girl who's always on, Carly, and she's awesome, but like there's a running gag that every time she's on we can hear stuff in the background, like cars going by and dogs barking and stuff, and it's just
Okay, so we're gonna do two short stories today. The first one is gonna be YoeI the Homicidal Maniac, which of course is on crappypasta.com. And the other one, I will let FearAddict introduce, since that is the one he's gonna be reading. So
I'm going kind of classic today, since this is the first episode of this new thing Ariana's trying out. I want it to be nice and memorable, so I'm going to go ahead and do one that's probably one of the more popular creepypastas. It's not The Day of All the Blood. That's probably the best known one. This is cavestory.exe.avi.zip.jpeg.com. Mr. Creepypasta's done a version of it, and Creepypasta's done a version of it. Everyone's done this. It's a good one. I think you'll like it, but I'm gonna let Ariana start out because this is her show, and yo dog, that's the much shorter one.
yeah, but unfortunately I think it's the worst grammatically. So if FearAddict, you want to read along, if you see anything in there that you want to specifically point out, go ahead and feel free to be as harsh on this as you want.
We're not gonna get through this this is gonna be 30 minutes. We're gonna be talking about this one story. My God, I'm just reading it right now. Jesus Christ.
It's terrible. It's terrible, which is why it's on Kill the Killers.
Oh my God. Okay, take it away.
Okay, so YoeI the Homicidal Maniac. It was published to crappypasta.com May 17th of 2013. Surprisingly, it doesn't have a name that it's credited to on here that I can see, but I'm sure that person didn't want to be known.
May 17th, 2013. May 2013 by Derpbutt. Is that
No.
the same Derpbutt of...
No. The thing about Crappypasta and Creepypasta is it's all published by the same guy, because everyone emails them in and sends it to him. So, of course, his name's going to be on it, but he didn't write this. I think he would have hanged himself before he wrote this shit.
I was like, dang, man.
So, it's got 2.3 out of 10 stars from 255 votes cast, which tells you this has got to be complete shit if it's got that low voting out of that many people. It's also rated negative 121 out of 137, which means somebody upvoted this, and I don't know who it was, but I want to slap them. It's under the categories of cliched crap, lazy writing, this is stupid, and you didn't even try at all. Though it does deserve a Kill the Killers, because just looking at the name, you're like, it's YoeI the Homicidal Maniac. Which is, before I start, you're going to hear me jump from YoeI to YoeL, because in the story, it looks like it's YoEL, not YoeI. So, couldn't even get the title right. Like, that's just starting. Okay. Oh God, YoeI the Homicidal Maniac.
I'd like to point out first off that the title it's actually spelled Homocidal. The Homocidal, that's the first thing right there.
We're never gonna get through this. Okay. All right. As Yoel and his parents walked inside their home after a long day at the beach, Yoel's mother said in her kind voice, "Yoel, it's time to go to sleep because you have your first day at school tomorrow."
Okay, we gotta stop right there. We're not even a fourth of the way through this. First off, wrong version of there. Unnecessary period. Because tomorrow. Yeah,
Tomorrow.
It's creepypasta. We know that you're not trying to write. The reason we're doing this is because we're pointing out creepypasta as itself. The art form is to make that writing that you showed to your parents when you were 5 years old look like it's really, really high art, and it's an ironic thing that we don't get. You just don't get it, guys. This is some meta shit right here. Okay.
So the next morning, Yoel woke up and got ready for his first day at Diplomat Elementary. Okay, so he can't spell tomorrow, but he can spell diplomat, which is amazing. As he got to his school, the teacher asked him his full name to the class, and he responded back by saying YoeI Enrique Munoz.
Yeah, I'd like to point out the only grammatical error there is just an ambiguation error, because the way it's sounding, it's like he was in class and the teacher asked everybody else, "Hey, what's this fucker's name? Full name." And he was like, "Yo, Enrique Munoz." "I didn't ask you, motherfucker. I asked class."
Then the class introduced themselves, and one of the students' name was Asia, and YoeI asked her if she's Asian, and Asia took that offensive, so she told him to the principal. Princible.
Yeah, that's one of Arthur Miller's famous works, The Crucible, then The Principle. It's actually a sequel.
I'll have to see that sometime. Make sure you link me to it when we're done.
Totally. Imagine Salem witch trials, but Twilight.
You just want me to kill myself before we even get through this, don't you? Later that day, YoeI spoke with the principal, again spelled BLE, and Yoel got so mad that he grabbed him by the neck and snapped it.
No. Snaped it.
Snaped it. Wow. I was just, you know how your brain knows what it's supposed to say and then reads it like that?
Turn to page 394.
Yoel had that mortar. Mortar.
He had that moiturous feeling.
I was thinking more like Mordor, walking and walking. Oh, here's the lava. Throw the ring in. That's what I was picturing when I read Mortarous. It's like Mordor.
Oh, okay. One does not simply publish creepypasta.
Yoel had that mortarous feeling, and he fled the scene from the police for Horace? I think
he's going for hours there.
But it's got the E.
Horse.
Then he stumbled on his home. 3 a.m., YoeI grabbed a knife from his kitchen and went to his parents' bedroom and killed them. Then he went to his brother Lazaro's room and sliced him in half. Wait a minute, how do you slice someone in half with a kitchen knife?
Very, very slowly.
Enough. That's not even long enough. It's almost like if you've ever you're cutting a piece of meat and it's a really bad meat and you got to go little tiny layers at a time. I'm just imagining that.
I like that. I also like how he stumbled on his home like he fucking lives in a cardboard box and he fell over.
No. Didn't you realize he's the Hulk? So he's really big, so he just kind of tripped over it. He had to stick his finger inside to get the knife through the window because he couldn't fit in the building.
But that does also explain how he could slice somebody in half with a knife, because a knife to him is like a fucking katana or some shit.
Yeah, but no, because the size doesn't measure up. If it was a katana to him, maybe it'd be like a knife. But just a regular knife, he'd break it.
You see? Now, oh my god, we have one sentence left. God.
Young unknown killer still at large, said the Wink News reporter. And this is the only time he used anything in there that was grammatically correct, and he used quotation marks.
Not true. He misspelled unknown. Uncone.
No, I'm just talking about the only time he did anything grammatically correct, he used quotation marks. So he did something right in this whole thing.
God.
Like, even up here where it says, you know, it's time to go to bed because it's your first day at school tomorrow. Like, he opened the quotation, but he didn't close it. So it's like, this guy didn't even try at all. So,
oh, Lordy.
So what is your take on this so far, FearAddict?
Well, I've seen worse. So sadly, I mean, because I peruse creepypasta. In fact, last year's Halloween, I did Tuesday was creepypasta Tuesday, and I did a shitload in each episode until I started doing it just one at a time this Halloween. So I've definitely seen worse written stuff, and at least the story does have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But yeah, I mean, for fuck's sake, this isn't like we should analyzing creepypasta like there's actually something here to analyze. Like some guy wrote this and just like, yeah, fuck, it's good enough. Because, and that's the thing I gotta say about Cave Story. Like, there's creepypastas where you can tell they just didn't fucking try at all. They literally were just making it and they're like, ha, this is the joke. But then there's people who actually sat down, planned out a story, took time, wrote it as shittily as possible. And it's like, if you ever heard the old ones like Squirrel King, who did like fan fiction crappy pasta. If you ever seen Half-Life, I think it's like Half-Life 2 Full Life Consequences or some shit like that. That took effort, not skill, but effort.
Yeah, it's like Bloody Fruit Loops to Death. That took actual trying and effort right there. This was just kind of like, oh my god, I want to hang myself. I feel like I need to wash my mouth out with like pure lye just to get the taste of this pasta out of my mouth.
Oh god, well let me help you with that. I'm gonna bring up my entry now because Lord knows we need to get a bit more sophisticated up in this bitch. This is on creepypasta.wikia.com. I'm sure it's posted to other places, but that's where I found it. Creepypasta.wiki doesn't really utilize a rating system, so I can't really say this is rated, but like I say, it's one of the better known creepypastas. So y'all are probably very familiar with this one, and you're in for a treat. And I've actually read this before on my channel as part of that Creepypasta Tuesday I mentioned earlier, but I'm going to do it again because I like you a lot. So here we go.
Suffer with us!
You got it pulled up, Ariana? Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
Sweet. So one day I was watching TV when I saw a box that appeared in my lap 10 hours ago. I wondered why my mother hadn't killed me because she hates me to fart on her good couch. I decided to open the 10-ton box that was now crushing my pelvis, which I only hoped that could happen if I had snoo with giants.
Okay, so just real quick, I'm trying to imagine a 10-ton box that's crushing somebody's pelvis, and the only thing I can think is, you've seen that commercial with like the lady pretending to do Facebook on her wall, and she's just like, that's not how this works, that's not how any of this works. And that's all I can think is like, that's not how this works. And what the fuck is snoo?
It's a Futurama reference, although I will say he didn't use the official spelling of snoo. It's supposed to be SNOO, not SNU. And it's spaced, not hyphenated. So I mean, even that simple task he failed at. But no, it's a Futurama reference, and you just look up "Death by Snoo" and you will learn. And it was a game labeled Life Smoogle. It was like, WTF? But I realized it was some sort of weird pirated game or some crap that was probably Korean or some crap. Crap that was probably Korean or some crap.
Sorry, you're reading and this just makes it so entertaining.
I got you gotta give a performance when you're reading this shit. It's just like, cause I mean I could read it deadpan, but really I like to think that these guys just like were sitting down. They had their hot cocoa and they had some freaking chamomile tea on the boil with like incense around them, listening to some new age music, going, "I'm about to write my magnum opus." Fucking Korean or some crap. It's like when Donald Trump sits down to write his speeches.
Maybe that's where he does get
I
his
put it
speeches
in
from.
my computer. What now?
I said maybe that is where he got his speeches from.
He was just perusing crappy Homocidal wiki. It's got political real fast, man. We're not a political thing. We shouldn't be going this. Let's get back to the art. Because this is high art. Remember this. Okay, take that image of that little tea sipping fairy when you're putting this together. Okay. In my computer disk slot, which didn't work since it was a PS2 game, so I put it in my DS and it started up. It turned out it was Cave Story. What? What's the voice change?
Well, that did get my attention at first, but I decided to let it go because I know you and I know that there might be some things going on I don't understand. But I'm just going through like the mass of fucked up gamery here. First off, how do you not know what a PS2 game looks like? Secondly, this is 2015. PS2s are like gold. It's so hard to get your hands on. But you put it in the computer slot, and that didn't work, so you decided to put it in a DS, which doesn't even have a disc slot. Just doing the math in my head.
And it worked. That's the thing. It worked. That's impressive.
It's PFM.
Oh my god. It turned out it was Cave Story in Vietnam, or however the fire truck you spell that. It censored. Okay, this is the thing you have to understand. This is a visual gag, common in creepypastas. He censored fire truck, the I in fire truck, like you would censor fuck if you were on 9gag or one of those pussy sites that censor swear words. Sorry you had to read that, Mom. Again, picture that tea sipper. Mom, read this. Very nice, honey. But did you have to use fire truck? I'm sorry.
Well, why is his mom like even reading it? I thought she was gonna kill him when she realized he farted on her good couch.
Well, he has to write so that she doesn't kill him because he wants her to think that he's gonna be a famous author one day, and then she can live off of his money. You see, that's the strategy here. See, fucking video game overanalyzer has nothing on our asses. I was like, ducks on bread, and I started it up. There was a guy with a minigun saying, "Who dares fight the Hoovy?" I licked the screen with disgust. Need a moment?
Oh my god, I can hear myself echoing through your stuff, and I sound like that little laughing gag thing from if you've ever seen the movie Toys with the little the barrel full of laughs that he put in his dad's coffin. So I was hearing myself laugh, and it was making me laugh harder.
Laughception. Oh god. No, I'm getting like a picture like right now because this is the first time we've actually been like live with each other over voice, and it's really weird because I'm getting like an image now of like how you are when you're watching my videos that are the creepypastas, and I'm just hearing you laughing at every fucking line. It's quite nice, quite nice. And I licked the screen with disgust because I know when I'm grossed out by something, I gotta lick the screen, man. Because, I mean, what the fuck are we doing? I noticed there was an...
Sorry.
No. I mean,
this is about to go downhill really fast. Keep reading, because my mind's going.
Oh yeah, come on. No, I know where this goes. This is Prepare for Shrek right up this bitch. Okay. I noticed there was an egg that was coming out his butt that turned into Shrek. I got turned on somehow, mainly because he is love and he is life.
Okay, that's
Like-
actually kind of funny right there. That actually, like, I didn't actually have to laugh. It made me smile. Like, that's fucking Shrek is love, Shrek
and that's
is
what
life.
I'm talking about. He planned that because, okay, like, I mean, okay, again, this is like 90% old memes, but like the fact that he thought that out and made that connection and wasn't just like typing random shit for the sake of being funny. He actually said, what would be an interesting plot twist at this point? I know, an egg turns into Shrek.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Oh, getting a bit weirded out. How can I play a Shrek in a classic cave story game? For crying out loud! I barfed in the box for no apparent reason. No, seriously, I just puked. I think my gag reflexes are seriously messed up. I then saw what I believe to be a devil, demon, 666 evil 2012 apocalypse version of quote. I like how
What?
he had to use 2 synonyms-ish and a number reference as adjective, then another adjective, and then 2012 apocalypse kind of in there as well. Like, all these things just to kind of throw out how evil it is. It's like, that is a really fucking evil version of quote.
What the fuck is quote? Again, I'm lost. I don't watch a lot of TV, and I don't do a lot of, like, I don't play on the internet a lot. So I don't know what quote is, unless he's saying, like, a quote.
I think quote is the boss of Cave Story, perhaps? I have never played Cave Story before.
Okay, so
Although,
you're just as
you know,
lost as me.
I'm not familiar with Cave Story. Apparently it's on Steam now, so I might get it and play it just to see what the guy is fucking talking about, although I doubt this has anything to do with, of course, the original game. But what the hell, it's interesting, and I like old vidya. I looked at him and prayed to Ceiling Cat. See what I mean about old memes? Fucking, when was the last time you heard somebody use Ceiling Cat? That's like a 2004. That's like, that meme predates fucking YouTube being a thing. Okay. Probably not, but it feels like it sometimes. That he didn't puke murder. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one sit.
What?
Puke murder. Yeah, don't you know?
Okay, just keep going.
He did. I've become an atheist.
An atheist! God damn it! That kills me every time. Oh my god, an atheist, not a atheist. It's like hung and hanged. Like, I have like certain little pet peeves, and when I see that, it just kills me.
The worst one for me is the homophones, the ones that are, you know, there, 2 and 2. And the problem is, I hate them, but I am fucking terrible at them. That's my biggest flaw as a writer, is that, like, I know the correct usage for each one. I do. But when I'm typing at, like, 90 words a minute, just trying to get my thoughts on paper, I constantly screw up just by force of habit. Like, I know exactly when each one is used, don't get me wrong, but I'm just typing so fast, I don't think. And then I go back to head, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
It's okay. When you're saying typing 90 words a minute and then you're messing those up, I heard you a few minutes ago what you were doing to your keyboard. If you were nicer to your keyboard, it might help you spell the words right.
And that's...
You're just like banging on it. And I was just like, oh my god.
I always, like, I type really freaking hard, and it's like, just because I have, like, larger hands, I'm kind of a bigger guy, obviously, which is the euphemistic way of saying I'm a fat ass, but my hands are like these giant fucking oven mitts of, like, Hulk-ass hands, and I'm sitting here typing, you know, relatively decent PP pasta, and I'm just sitting here just, like, going, bah, bah, bah.
If at first you don't succeed, apply violence.
There's so many jokes I could make there, but this is a family show, not really. God, I hope kids aren't listening. I realized he might kill Shrek, so I screamed, "No, Llama! No!" You gotta go for the full effect. That probably just blew out somebody's speakers. I apologize. Quote looked at me with an expression that said to me, "I am God." It didn't affect me as much, mainly because I'm now an atheist.
Yay, you got it right!
Only took him a second attempt.
Okay.
It's like we're watching the writer grow with paragraph.
Okay.
I decided that I must take serious action, so I grabbed AK-47. I lied.
It's okay. He's reverting back to his roots.
It's like fucking Flowers of Algernon. Flowers for Algernon, whatever. Fuck. By the way, that might be the most niche reference in anything related to creepypasta up to this point. I referenced Flowers for Algernon while reading Cave Story.
2 points for you.
That is like that. No, because those shouldn't be together. It's like having the Mona Lisa in the background of a fucking anal fisting porn video.
No wonder she has no eyebrows. It's because they're clear up in her skull. Like, it can go in there.
Oh God.
Really hope there are
always
kids.
a little crooked to me. Maybe that. God. Oh Lord, we better finish this shit. I mean, we're just like, my God, you were worried about it being chaotic, but my God, man. Okay. Let's see. I AK-47. I jumped into my screen and found myself face to face with the evil quote. He shot blood out of his eyes at me. I retaliated with a shot of my gun. He took 999,999 damage and died. DMG, by the way. That's some old school table right up in that bitch. I woke up from the dream I'd been having since I'd been unconscious from trying to jump into a freaking game screen. You see, now that's actually clever, because the entire sequence there could have been a dream, because he jumped into a screen and you're thinking, my God, did he forget how physics works? No, he knew that. It was a dream. He knocked himself out. That is clever fucking writing right there.
But it's like the most overused creepypasta, crappypasta cliche ever. And I awoke from the dream.
Oh my God. It's just like every time I hear the whole "and I awoke from the dream" cliche in creepypasta, I just start playing the ending theme from Super Mario 2 when Mario's fucking sleeping, the whole game was a dream. Do 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 do, and then nothing's scary anymore. Because that's going on in my head.
I need to use that for like, because I have chronic nightmares. So I need to use that. So maybe while I'm sleeping, I just start singing that song. and then whenever like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees fucker is chasing me, like it doesn't bother me anymore.
They'll fucking start dancing. See, my God, we need to get somebody who like can do like flash animations and have that over top of the shit. We're hiring. If you don't want any pay and want to be associated with some of this insanity, let us know. Oh, good Lord, let's wrap this bitch up. Okay. Just like the Egyptian pharaohs, slave workers said about the queen, let's put this bitch under wraps. Bad puns are my nature. It said I defeated, quote, and won. I was so glad. Then I heard a noise behind me. Well, actually I didn't, because quote can't talk. But I looked behind me, and there was a quote action figure with blood under his eyes. I said, just a normal Wednesday.
What part of this is normal? Like, unless you're like suffering from like psychopathy in some form or another, you know, and that's like 1,000 different things under the DSM. I'm just wondering what's wrong with you that this is a normal Wednesday.
I like to point out the categories are OMAG motherfucker and speak properly, but for the most part, he does speak properly. This is actually one of the easier to read crappypastas out there. So A plus for watching this thing come together, and it's there for a reason. It's placed because it tells a great, terrible story. But it's one of my personal favorite crappypastas. I get a kick out of every time I read it. So, I guess you want to put this an end cap on this thing we're doing, Ariana. I guess we're kind of done the first episode-ish now. Like, how do we end this? How do we stop talking about this?
I don't know. My eyes are watering from laughing so hard. So, give me a second. Oh my God. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for listening, and like I said, be sure you check out FearAddict's channel. He did recently, like I said, I worked with him on this really awesome project. It was Social Experiment. Though from what I hear, FearAddict, you're getting ready to do another one of those? Are you planning another one of those?
I am definitely planning another one. I love the idea. I love the insanely good response I got from it. And, everybody loved you guys, of course. And interactive creepypasta is fun. It is obviously fraught with peril and challenges. That by itself shot my subscriber count up by 200 subs. For a small channel like me, that's kind of a big deal. So I'd like to do that again, because also every time they were voting for you or for All That Creepypasta or anybody else, it's linking to your channel, so you're getting additional views that way. And you know me, I'm all about spreading the love. So I'd like to do that again. I am working on it, but I will say for at least the next month, I'm probably not going to be very active, just because, the holidays and I've got a kid. So that's kind of where my primary focus is in December. But starting up in January, I should have the groundwork for my next pastas. And I've also been working with fuck, I can't speak today. I just read this shit, man. I'm asleep right now. Chilling Tales for Dark Nights, who published my story, The Baptism, about a year and a half ago. I've got some fucking shit, creepypastas, God! I've got some stories I've written, might be publishing soon. Vade Meekum and Life After Death, which I've read on my own channel, of course.
Yeah, I really actually enjoyed Life After
Craig,
Death.
I had fun with it. I have to admit I was kind of inspired by the book Mogworld by Yahtzee Croshaw. It's fucking hilarious. If you haven't had a chance to read it, look it up. It's awesome. But yeah, I was kind of inspired by that, and I want to take it for like a darker turn. And I had fun writing that. And Craig, the guy who runs the show over there, got me to fill out a form for them. So they might be appearing sometime soon. But Chilling Tales for Dark Nights, they have a lot of shit under the plates, man. They're one of the top sites out there, so might not be for a while. But if it is, great. In the meantime, I'll be active sometime in January, and we'll have a new project and probably a couple of these interactive creepypastas in the future. So yay!
All right. So like I said, make sure you check out FearAddict, because he's got a lot of really awesome stuff going on. His channel's a little bit more active than mine, which I do want to apologize for. A lot of family drama and stuff been happening lately, but and of course work. Most of my followers know I'm in the military, so that takes up a lot of time. But other than that, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.